We're here today with Michael Boyce, partner of Bellanhouse Legal. Michael, thanks for your time.
No problems, glad to be here.
Bellanhouse clearly has experience in the capital markets.
Yeah, we certainly do. So we're a growing firm now of 5 partners, really strong experience both in equity capital markets and also general corporate, with a real focus on mining and resources. So we give advice from a capital markets point of view, IPOs, RTOs, capital raisings, but also give advice to mining resources companies on their project development. So M&A, drilling, EPC, EPCM, right the way through to gas and power and offtake agreements.
We're seeing a growing use of social media by listed companies. Why do you think they're doing that?
So definitely in the last couple of years particularly, we're seeing companies use as a method of communicating to a wider audience social media such as Twitter, but also Facebook and Instagram. I think particularly for small cap companies that don't get as much press and don't get as much analyst coverage, it's really a way for them to get out to a broader market and also to sell their story. So a really powerful media and marketing tool.
While there is definitely a positive side, there's clearly a negative.
There's always a negative to these. So social media and what companies need to be aware of is that your ASIC and ASX regulations and listing rules still apply to the use of social media. And so companies need to be really careful that whilst they're using it as a promotion and marketing tool, there's still regulations that apply. So they do need to make sure that they're complying with those regulations.
For companies looking to use social media, what advice would you give them?
So we think it's really important from a corporate governance point of view that all boards who are using social media are looking at having a social media policy in place. And that policy should look at a couple of things. Firstly, it should look at how the company monitors its social media and the use of social media. Secondly, how its employees and directors are using social media as a tool and making it clear that there are parameters and ways that it needs to be used. And also, we've seen a growing trend lately of companies, the risk of companies being attacked on social media. And so also how you respond to attack on a different media platform.
So there's obviously risk and reward. The regulators are clearly keeping a close eye on social media and the use of it by companies. But do you still think it's a good thing for companies to use?
So I think it's still for small cap companies particularly, it's a really powerful marketing tool. And it's the same with a lot of marketing. If it's used in the right way, it can be really, really valuable and a really important way to actually sell your story and reach investors. But the important part of that is you need to make sure that it is being used in the right way. And so part of that is having a policy in place to make sure that you are using it in the way that it's beneficial and complies with the regulations.
And the regulators are going to take a closer and closer look at social media going forward?
I think that's definitely the case. We know, even though they may not have put out specific policies, we know that both ASIC and ASX are actively monitoring social media and the use of social media. And we are aware that they are behind the scenes developing policy, so we're expecting something more official to come out later this year.
Michael, thanks for your time.
No worries, thanks for having me along.